Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is episode 2 of pregnancy series. If you haven't watched episode 1 of this series, then I would recommend to go and watch that because I have shared my trying to conceive journey in that video and have given some tips to conceive faster and better. In this episode, I'll be sharing my experiences of the first trimester. What were the symptoms which I had faced initially, and the process here in Canada, which you have to go through once you have tested positive at home. Recording this video, it will be a recap for me. So let's get started. So I did all the things which I talked about in first video and for the conception, and then waited 14 days, that is 2-week wait. And everybody who is trying can understand how difficult it is to wait for 2 weeks to check what is the result, like finally are you pregnant or not. So in that 14 weeks I did my exercises, I did some yoga which you can find easily on YouTube, and maintain my homeostasis even if I was stressed and anxious to check the result. I took the first test after waiting for 2 weeks. Was really anxious and paranoid because even though I was able to conceive very quickly, for the first time I had a chemical pregnancy. Now, what is chemical pregnancy and like more details about chemical pregnancy, I'll be speaking about it in a different video. But in this one, yeah, when I took the home pregnancy test, it tested positive, and I was really happy and elated to see the positive result on the test kit. The next thing on my mind was to test it again after 2 days because the HCG level has to increase. So I held my emotions back and I didn't tell Chetan that day, but then I couldn't hold for longer, and I took the pregnancy test again at night, and that is when I woke him up, and then I showed him the result. I had taken more than one result. I have put up a short video of reactions of our family members and Chetan's reaction, friends' reactions in that short. If you haven't watched that short, then please go and watch that. So yeah, so this was my second test, and again after 2 days I took another test to check if the HCG levels were rising, and if the line was getting darker. It was getting darker, so I had gained some confidence, and then I booked an appointment for my family doctor. When you book the appointment, you just mention to them that this will be your first prenatal appointment, and I have tested positive at home, so I would like to meet the doctor for the first time. Now I went to the clinic. I told her that I had tested multiple times and had waited 2 days in between to test, and told her that I feel like my HCG levels are rising. Then the next thing which she did was ordered some blood tests. Now these blood tests are to check the infections, like if there are some rubella infections, or to check your hemoglobin, all those stuff. Like this is the basic first or maybe second, because for the first time they check your HCG level and they confirm the pregnancy. But since I had told her that I had tested multiple times and the HCG levels were rising, so she just skipped the pregnancy confirmation blood test, and then straight away went to the second blood test, which is to check the infections or HCG levels and so on. So that happened, and then she asked me to book for the ultrasound. Now, this was the first ultrasound which I had to book around 7 to 8 weeks, because according to them, that is the best time when they will be able to confirm the pregnancy via ultrasound. We went for the first ultrasound. I was really excited until I reached there, and then the anxiety started kicking in for both of us. Chetan was waiting outside. I was lying on that bed for ready for the ultrasound, and there were so many things going in my mind. But then the radiologist started checking, and then she confirmed few things, like I could see the gestational sac, I could see the gestational yolk, but then she said I am not able to catch the heartbeat. And that's when my stress level went from 10 to like 1000, and I really started panicking. She said this is usually very common, so don't need to worry about it. You can come back again in 10 days, book the appointment for the second ultrasound again in 10 days, then we'll check. I quickly remembered that my ovulation was late for that cycle, so I mentioned her according to ovulation day. This is my 5th or 6th week, so maybe that is the reason you cannot sense the heartbeat yet. The baby has the heartbeat at that point of time, but it's just that the ultrasound machine won't be able to capture the heartbeat of that minute tiny little baby. So that's the reason they send you back, and then they call you after 10 days to check if the heartbeat exists. So I had to come back after 10 days, though those 10 days were the slowest and very stressful days of my life. So cut to the 10th day after my first ultrasound. Again, we went to the ultrasound. This time we were not excited, we were stressed, and we were hoping that this time at least they could see the heartbeat. So I went inside. The first thing when she started checking, I asked her was, are you able to check the heartbeat? Is there a heartbeat? And then she replied, yes, I can see the heartbeat, but now I'll test or measure other things of the baby. And then I was like, yeah, do your thing. But I was just relieved that the heartbeat was there. And she said, I'll show you the heartbeat at the end of the ultrasound, and I'll call your husband as well. And she then gave me the due date. For the first ultrasound, they actually check the position of the baby, the measurement of the baby, measurement to check the exact number of weeks that your baby's gestation age is, and to confirm your due date. So with the first, in my case the second ultrasound, she was able to confirm my due date, and then henceforth onwards, that is the number of weeks which I'll be letting the other people know, like my family doctor or my OB. That is the number of weeks which I'll consider henceforth onwards. Now, I was having conversation with a radiologist, so for me it was a relief. But then I could not imagine how stressful Chetan was, because he was just waiting outside, waiting for the results, or waiting for at least to be called in. So I told her that at the end of the ultrasound, just call him and show the heartbeat to both of us together. She called him in, she showed the heartbeat, and we were just looking at each other. We were so happy to hear the first heartbeat, and it was so fast. We just confirmed whether is it normal to have such fast heartbeat, and she said yes, everything is normal. She had measured the baby. She gave us a small ultrasound scan. While telling about this ultrasound story, I completely forgot about what the family doctor would do in this case. After my first ultrasound, where the radiologist couldn't sense the heartbeat, my family doctor called me immediately for the results, and then she said she had the details of what was happening. So she just explained to me that we need to check for 10 days and wait until 10 days so that we can test the next time and get a heartbeat. And then simultaneously she also booked 2 blood tests in those 10 days for me to check the HCG levels again. HCG levels for each and every week should be in certain range. So just to confirm that HCG levels were rising, she had ordered blood tests for me in those 2 days. So I was doing my blood test in those 10 days. After the ultrasound, here they show you the baby to both, to you and the husband, but then they don't give you the results right away. They send the results to the doctor, and once you have consulted the doctors or once you have discussed your reports with the doctor, then only you can get the reports for yourself. So either you get a printout or you get a digital copy. Now everyone is aware that first 3 months is when you really need to take care of yourself, and the baby is very small, it's still developing, so you need to be very careful regarding your diet. For me, initial symptoms were fatigue and frequent urination, just these two. I didn't have any sickness, morning sickness, thank God. Any kind of sickness, not even morning sickness, but any kind of sickness. I've seen people who puke a lot and who are really stressed for the entire first trimester. I've also seen people getting admitted to hospital because they had vomited throughout the day, and there was no energy left in them, so they had to get admitted. Thankfully I didn't have all those issues. First trimester for me was simply just fatigue, and for the first 3 months I just avoided the strength training or weightlifting. I would just walk and do some cardio, that's it. And in India, it's often said that we should not eat food items which produce heat inside your body. So I just followed what my mom told me. I did avoid papaya, raw or ripened papaya, and then any kind of hot spices like clove, black pepper, all these things in my first trimester. And then rest, I would just drink tender coconut water and eat fruits. And I was taking the prenatals which the doctor had suggested me. The prenatals which I used to take, I have mentioned those in my first video, so do check that out. And then I think, yeah, that's it. My first trimester was very easy breezy, didn't have any much issues. So this was my first trimester experience. It was really thankfully, and I'm really grateful for this, that it was very, very easy. I didn't have much issues, but yeah, there are few people who have to deal with morning sickness, and it's all fine, because I've heard that you have to deal with morning sickness usually just for first trimester. I feel for them, but then thankfully my experience was good. Now in the next episode I'll be talking about the ultrasounds that we have here in Canada after you have conceived. what are the blood tests, how many blood tests you would have to do throughout your pregnancy, and then when will you be assigned to an OB here in Canada. So stay tuned and keep watching my pregnancy series. If you like this video, please hit a like button and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on the new video that I upload for the next time, and also hit the bell icon. See you in the next one. Bye. Oh yes, I forgot to mention this this entire series of my pregnancy, I'm just sharing my experiences. I have shared what I did and what was best for my body. Each and every body is different. So before following anything that is there on internet, please consult with your OB or family doctor before starting anything new or before following anything. Just be aware to cross check the same with your doctor or OB.